Why was my 6-year-old daughter suddenly refusing to hug me? For 3 whole years, Emma would literally launch herself at me the second I walked through our front door after work. She'd scream, "Daddy!" at the top of her lungs and wrap her tiny arms around my legs like her life depended on it. It was honestly the highlight of every single day I had. But then 2 weeks ago, something completely changed, and I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I came home on Monday, expecting our usual routine. But instead of running toward me with that huge grin on her face, Emma just stood there by the couch staring at me with these weird, distant eyes. When I bent down and opened my arms for our daily hug, she actually shook her head no and walked away to find her mom Lisa in the kitchen. I thought maybe she was just tired or having a bad day at daycare, but Tuesday was exactly the same thing. Wednesday too. By Thursday, I was starting to panic because this wasn't normal behavior for my little girl at all. She'd still hug Lisa perfectly fine, climb all over her during story time, snuggle up next to her on the couch while watching cartoons. But the absolute moment I got anywhere near Emma, she'd find some excuse to leave the room or hide behind furniture. I tried everything I could possibly think of to win her back. Brought home those expensive organic gummy bears she loves from the fancy grocery store downtown. Offered to let her paint my fingernails pink like she always begs to do. Even said she could stay up 30 minutes past her normal bedtime on Friday night to watch one more episode of her favorite princess show. Nothing worked whatsoever. Every single time I approached her, Emma would get this look of pure terror in her eyes and back away from me like I was some kind of dangerous stranger who might hurt her. It was absolutely crushing my heart into a million tiny pieces. What had I possibly done wrong? Had I raised my voice at her recently? Been too strict about cleaning up her toys? I was driving myself completely insane trying to figure out what I'd done. Lisa kept telling me to just be patient and give Emma some space to work through whatever phase this was. That kids sometimes go through weird periods where they favor one parent over the other. But I could tell something was really bothering Lisa too, because she kept asking me these strange random questions all week long. Things like, have you been getting home later than usual lately? And did any of your female coworkers text you recently? And why do you smell different when you come home? The absolute final breaking point came on Saturday morning around 6 a.m. when Emma woke up crying from what sounded like a really terrible nightmare. She was sobbing and calling out, "I want daddy! Where's my daddy?" from her bedroom upstairs. My heart practically melted hearing those words, because I thought finally, she wanted me again. I rushed upstairs 2 steps at a time, thinking this was my chance to reconnect with my little girl. But the exact second I walked into her room and reached out my arms to comfort her, Emma took one look at my face and started screaming bloody murder. She pushed my hands away as hard as she could and kept yelling, "No daddy, get away, I want mommy," over and over again. Lisa had to come running upstairs to calm Emma down while I just stood there in the doorway, feeling like the absolute worst father who ever existed on this planet. Watching my own daughter choose my wife over me during her moment of need was honestly one of the most painful experiences of my entire life. That's when Lisa finally broke down crying and told me everything that had been building up inside her for the week. She'd found a woman's earring in my car last weekend when she was cleaning it out for our family vacation, and then discovered several text messages on my phone between me and my coworker Rachel about meeting up after work hours. The messages looked incredibly suspicious when taken completely out of context. What Lisa didn't know was that Rachel had specifically asked me to help her pick out the perfect engagement ring for her longtime boyfriend as a complete surprise proposal. The meeting up was actually us going to different jewelry stores together around town, and the earring belonged to Rachel's younger sister who I'd given a ride home when her car broke down. Lisa thought I was having an affair and had been giving me the cold shoulder treatment all week long. Emma picked up on that negative tension and started avoiding me too. The moment I showed Lisa the ring photos and Rachel's engagement announcement, everything clicked perfectly. Emma came running back into my arms with the biggest smile ever. Perfect.